too much social media. This would drive Coach Landry crazy. There's no question about that. But we had issues like this, okay? There's times I talk noise in that locker room, holding out for money and that stuff like that. But we kept it in the locker room. And the reason we kept it is because it was a locker room issue, all right? But it was easy to keep it in the locker room because you had reporters around. All you had to do is not talk to them, so they had no opinions on what you felt. So anyway, now with the social media, you have opportunities to say something out there, and what you say as a Dallas Cowboy is going to go viral, especially if it's in a negative light. And everybody wants to pile on the Dallas Cowboys right now. There's no question. We're easy target. Okay. So, we got to be careful what we say. But the things we said, if we had issues with Coach Landry or the organization about a game or our role within the team, we kept that in the locker room. We discussed that in the locker room. I went to Harvey Martin and complained to him about my role. He came to me and complained to me, and stuff like that. But these guys, they'll complain maybe within the locker room, but eventually it'll seep out of the locker room into social media. And now you got all these talk shows, all these professionals, talking about it, and they got all these opinions about it. And that's what you don't want because those opinions sometimes aren't the gospel. Let me put it like that. Everybody's got to be on the same page. If you got half the locker room thinking we can win a Super Bowl and the other half of the locker room thinking, well, we don't have what it takes to win it, then no, you're not going to win it. And I know what it takes. With Coach Landry, we didn't have these kind of issues. We feared him enough that we wanted to perform out there on the field and do what we had to do, take care of our business, knowing that the guy next to you and the rest of the guys in that locker room are all on the same page. And that's why in 11 years, the same amount of time as D Law played, I played in 10 playoff appearances. Never had a losing season. The year we didn't make the playoffs, we finished 8-6. Of those 10 playoff appearances, I played in 7 NFC championship games. And it's because we had the same players, the same system, the same continuity. And what that was all about was winning. So we were all on the same page. Again, the concern I have, if this is being said on the way out, what's left there? What are the guys there that are left say about this situation with the Cowboys right now?
Well, one of the guys that's still there is the one who responded. Do you like seeing Micah Parsons, defend that star that you love so much?
Yeah, I like him as a player. Let's leave it out on the field. Uh, you know, it's a little different from when we played. We begged for money and didn't get it. They beg for the money and they get it. And he'll get his. He'll get paid. There's no question about it. But he has to be that leader on the team. If he's going to be that star on the defensive side of the football, just like Dak and CD, pretty much after Zach Martin gone, and all that, or star on the offensive side, the leaders on that offensive side. Well, Micah Parsons got to be that leader on the defensive side because those players on that defensive side of the football respect him. There's no question about that. And if they don't, they should because the young man can play. He's a football player, no doubt about that. But they've got to have that leadership. And I don't know who else can be that leader because the leader has to be the one performing out there. You can't be telling other people to follow you and you ain't doing the job out there. So Micah Parsons can be that leader on the field and in that locker room. And hopefully he'll step up to be that. And hopefully he's a positive influence and not one of those guys trying to get out and leave town or have that negative attitude as they leave.
Could that be what he's doing right now? Could this be a blessing in disguise that Micah, is vocal about a player criticizing his franchise on the way out, and now they're going to rally behind Micah Parsons?
But the franchise rally behind Micah Parsons? Well, if the franchise is not committed to winning, they got a problem anyway. We don't need a player to be saying this or that to have the organization committed to winning. That's what we do. This is the business. All right. This is football. We can make all these other deals off the field and all that, but it's about what happens between the sidelines. And so, you should just be concerned about what the rest of this team feels. All right. And you need to get with Micah Parsons and because again, he has the resume on the field to be the leader off the field. And not many guys on that Cowboy roster at this point can say that. So he either going to step up and be that leader, or he could be a disruptive force and continue to criticize the organization and that type of thing. Don't worry about that. We worried about playing football. We knew the organization's going to do everything they could. Textram, Gil Brandt, and those guys, Clint Murchison, the original owner, we knew they were going to give us everything we had and needed to be successful on the field. He has to have that same confidence. Don't worry about what they do in the front office. Take care of your business on the field. And the other guys will follow suit the same way with that because he's the leader, number 11. He ain't Danny White, but he's damn good at number 11, that's for sure.